I needed my life to change. I was tired of walking around feeling exhausted with dull skin and constant breakouts. But I learned that transformation happens with small and consistent steps. Therefore, I challenged myself to eat just one salad every day for 30 days. The results? They surprised me, and I think they will surprise you as well. Hi, my beautiful friend. I'm April, your dentist turned health and wellness coach, and I help you glow up from the inside out. And today, this topic I'll be sharing, or actually the story I will be sharing, is to encourage you to know that you can make lifestyle changes that transform your life. So if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, just know that you can do it, that you can make changes to make you feel happier and more fulfilled. So today I'm going to be sharing how I actually started eating one salad every day for 30 days and the results that I saw. And to be honest, I've fallen off the wagon a little bit when it comes to eating a salad every day, which kind of makes me sad because I'm just like, man, I was seeing results. But things happen, right? There were things that were happening during the time where I couldn't really focus so much on the changes I was making. But that's fine because I can just start again. And that's the same for you. Like, if you found that you were making some changes and you were seeing results and you were happy, and something happened and you weren't as consistent as you were before, you can start again. This journey of being your best self, of glowing up from the inside out, is a constant thing. And it's not meant to shame you if you make mistakes, but to just help you to improve and to know that you can do it over and over again. I remember like this personal trainer friend of mine was sharing with his audience that, hey, if you've been working out and you miss a day, don't feel bad. Forgive yourself. Get back up and start again. Don't beat yourself up too much, or even at all, because it doesn't help you and it doesn't help anyone else. So I'm not beating myself up, but because of the results that I saw before, I want to start doing this again because I just loved it. I loved the results that I had. And to start it off, one of the first things I noticed was that my energy levels rose so much. It was amazing how I would be waking up in the mornings and feeling just excited and light and free. It was amazing how just adding this one diet change, because to be honest, I didn't stop eating the other things I was eating before, although I'll share more of that later on. But adding this one step caused me to physically feel like more excited and more energetic to start off my day and to do the things that I wanted to do. And I noticed this change within a few days. And I didn't really change much within my morning routine. I was still having my devotions, still having my prayer, my worship and journaling, some days. Yet still, I just woke up feeling just, how do I put it? Just more ready to just get the day started. And I knew that something about my diet was really significant to it because I was no longer only putting foods in my body that caused me to feel heavy and drowsy and just, needing to do something extra to just get that kickstart going. Because like for me, I used to really need my coffee, my caffeine kick to really get the day started. But then when I was doing this constantly, like eating a salad every day, sometimes I didn't even need or want my coffee. Now, don't get me wrong, I still drank it because I love coffee, but it wasn't like a need of mine, And when I was making the decision to eat a salad per day, it wasn't the same salad every day. In fact, I didn't even have a strict plan. I was just like, I'm just going to put different sorts of vegetables with different colors, into this salad. And it just did something really amazing because I was getting the different nutrients from the different vegetables and fruits, because I added some fruits as well. And it added so much. So yes, my energy levels rose. And if it's that you want to make like a nutrition change, you can do it. I mentioned this in my course, like the Esther Blueprint, where I talk about nutrition and beauty treatments similar to what Esther did. Like I did research of what Esther would more likely be doing at the time and apply it to now our modern day life. And I shared the story that for me, I really wanted to eat right. I knew the benefits, especially like being in the medical field. I knew the benefits of having good nutrition, but for some reason I couldn't do it. Like I just didn't make the effort to be intentional about my diet until I realized that I was struggling with my self-worth and feeling that I was worth actually making the step and being intentional about my diet. Like unconsciously, it was like I was saying, then why do I need to do it? It's not worth anything. I'm not worth it. And when I realized that that was kind of like a mindset that I had that I needed to change, and when I started to do the inner work to be like, I am worth it and I should do it. And it's not even, it's not that hard. Yes, it is very, you have to be very specific and also really intentional about what you do, but you can do it, and even if there are different food supplies that cost a bit more, you also need to weigh the cost and benefits. Like, do you want to invest more now? And I know many of you have heard this before, but it's true. Do you want to invest more now into your lives or later? With medical fees and stuff. I decided that I wanted to do it now, but I really needed to cement in my heart and mind that I am worth it. And when I did, it was just like, I don't know, I just had this kick where I'm going to do it. I'm going to make this lifestyle change, and I'll start small, just step by step. Just add in one thing, a salad per day. It was amazing. Okay. The next thing I noticed was that my nails grew stronger, which is significant for me because for me, naturally, my nails are soft. Like my epidermis, like the skin, the hair, the nails, those for me genetically tend to be really soft and thin. So it was just like I constantly had brittle nails, constantly breaking, but yet still during these 30 days, my nails grew so strong. I was surprised. And the thing is that I was just like, for me, I was also thinking, like mindsets like, oh, genetically, like my nails tend to be soft. There's not much that I could do. But there was. It's just that I needed to be really specific about what it was. Because even to this day, remember I told you, like, I kind of fell off the bandwagon a bit. But it's like my nails, if I can show in the video, they're so much stronger than they used to be. I am so shocked. I am surprised pleasantly, and even now I think I stopped, like I still eat a salad, as much as I can, but I haven't been doing it like every day, right? So now I can feel my nails kind of going softer, not as much as they were before. And I'm just like, what? I'm going to start eating this salad every day. It seems superficial, but it's like, I like the way that they feel when they are strong, when they're healthy and not breaking constantly. And they're keeping the shape that I filed them into easier. So that surprised me a lot, but it was pleasant. And it was also a very good sign for me because I know that on the priority scale of what gets the most nutrients in your body, your nails are at the bottom. They tend to be at the bottom because your body doesn't necessarily need your nails for life, you know, for you to be alive. The quality of life that you can have, like having better dexterity and balance with your fingers, yes, but it's not at the top need, like your heart, your brain. So the resources goes to the priority organs and tissues. So if my nails are getting stronger, that to me is a great sign. That to you is a great sign that the rest of your body that needs the nutrition the most, they're getting what they need. So your body can give the rest to your hair and your nails and your skin. That's why I'm also really passionate about helping you to get your skin, your hair, and your nails to glow. Because yes, it's for beauty. Yes, it allows you to feel radiant and good. But it's also a great sign that you are healthy and you are in the most nutritious place that you can be in your life. So there is a great foundation to all of this. So the next thing that I noticed is that my face started shining. It was right in my room. I have this mirror, this full-length mirror that's on my closet. You've seen it in my other videos. So what I really love about the mornings is that the sun is shining right into my window. It is perfect. And I can see myself clearly in the mirror. Right? So when I look at my face in the mornings, I can tell what's going on, because since the light is so good, I can see if my skin is looking dull, if my pores are bigger than usual, whatever is happening, if I'm having more breakouts or if my skin is improving. So in this month of eating a salad consistently each day, I noticed that my skin was becoming more radiant. It was amazing. I'm serious. I was so shocked to the effects of this. I mean, I've heard of it. I've seen it happen in other people, but to see it happen in myself was just like a pleasant, just knowing in myself that I'm doing the right thing, and I'm happy that I'm doing it for myself. And it doesn't even you're not doing anything wrong with taking care of yourself. And one of my philosophies that I've taken within the recent months is that taking care of yourself means that you are taking care of other people. Because when you can show up as your best self, you can show up as your best self for other people. You know, you are blessing them by blessing yourself. You know, when you are just really just thinking about doing it in a way that's just not selfish. And it's really not selfish to take care of yourself. One thing I know about us as women is this constant struggle with guilt, you know? And this struggle can move even in taking care of yourself. Like as a mom, like taking some time to rest and to just, you know, meditate and to pray, you know, if you are a believer, or to go to the spa. Some women feel extremely guilty about that. And not to mention, like in society, like that's the message that you can hear a lot, that, oh, you know, you are going after the luxury life. I don't know why that is. I mean, yes, there are extremes to it for sure. But the basic things that you can do right now to ensure that you are properly rested, that your mind is clear and thinking positively, blesses yourself and those people in your lives. So self-care is also beneficial to those around you. I don't know why I got into that with my face, talking about the point of my face glowing, but it makes sense. Right. The other thing I noticed was that, and if you are a guy listening to this video, I hope you understand that this is normal and it's good for you to accept it. And for women, you know, you understand the great need of this, especially if you've struggled with this before. So for me, my periods got better it was just incredible how I wasn't feeling as much pain. I also wasn't feeling as exhausted, and my recovery time, like, because there are still some symptoms that I feel, but the recovery time was so much shorter so that I could get back into, my regular routine. And don't get me wrong, like, when I felt like, okay, I really needed to rest, I listened to my body. I took the rest that I needed. And I think that also helped me to get back into my regular routine faster. But still, the initial symptoms that I would feel, which would be like, oof, intense cramps, pure exhaustion. And the other thing would be like, maybe like breakouts, or even just a mental fog, that those things reduced significantly. And it was just like me just pouring good things into my body and being intentional about it. Sometimes during my period, or even days before, I would still have cravings for like maybe some chocolate chip cookies, some fries, things like that. And I would have them, but I would have the salad as well. And I think it balanced it out. And another thing I noticed was that even the things that I desired, like my cravings, changed. Now, when I just started this, man, it was hard for me to eat that salad. I had to do things to encourage myself to eat it. I had to watch TV series that I liked while I'm eating it. So it's like, okay, I'm doing something I like while I'm eating this thing which tastes so bland. Because I didn't put a lot of dressings into the salad. I wanted it to be as natural as possible. So I tasted those fresh vegetables. But I guess within maybe 2 weeks into it, I noticed that I stopped craving the very heavy, greasy, sweet and salty foods that were just not good for me. It's like now my body was adjusting and liking what was good for it. So the bad things, the things that weren't the best, it was just like it stopped craving. I stopped craving. And I guess even just mentally telling myself that this is good for me and seeing the results made me not desire the bad stuff as much. It was just amazing how, when you do these key changes, it's like they multiply. I like the book, The Compound Effect, which I really encourage you to get. I'll put it in the description below. I really like how he encourages you that when you start something, it multiplies, whether good or bad, it will multiply over time. And when I started eating a salad every day, it's like the effect started multiplying, even in my life. When I was buying groceries or maybe eating out occasionally, I would be looking naturally for the things that would be healthier for me. And I wanted them. Some days I would even like look forward to having beets in my salad. And at first I thought this tasted so horrible. But then I started, wanting it. And don't get me wrong, it's much easier to want the things that taste good, which usually aren't good for you. So that's still that thing about being intentional. But it gets that the craving or the desire for the bad things get less and less and less when you're making lifestyle changes. And I loved that experience, and I want to go back to it. Yeah, I let you know like how it is when I go back to eating intentionally. Like I still am, but there's more that I can do and more that I want to do. So I share this with you to encourage you to make changes, lifestyle changes that are beneficial to you, and to also encourage you that you can. So share this with someone who you think it would benefit as well. And I'm so happy that I got to talk to you today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.